Ramadan duas. Give me a second. Okay, the dua, as we discussed, we start this dua in Rajab and we continue reading in Shaban and till Ramadan. Okay, so the meaning of this dua is that we are asking blessing of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala in the month of Rajab and Shaban, so we can reach till Ramadan safely and with full of barakah. So it is also a reminder that wind up all your extra works before Ramadan, so you will be free in Ramadan to worship Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And Shaban has already started, so inshallah keep reading this dua if possible after every salah. Inshallah read this dua. Okay, Allahumma barik lana
اللهم بارك لنا
fi rajaba
في رجب
wa sha'bana
وشعبان
wa ballighna Ramadan.
وبلغنا
Oh Allah, bless us in Rajab and Shaban
Allah bless us
and allow us to reach Ramadan.
and allow us to reach Ramadan.
Allahumma sallimni li Ramadana
اللهم سلمني رمضان
wa sallim Ramadana li
وسلم
وتسلمه مني متقبلا
وتسلمه مني متقبلا.
Oh Allah, safeguard me for Ramadan
Oh Allah, safeguard me from Ramadan.
and safeguard Ramadan for me
Safeguard Ramadan for me
and accept it for me.
and accept it from me.
Dua which we read in the first 10 days of Ramadan, as I discussed last week, that the 11th month before Ramadan we are very lazy, we are very unfocused towards Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, fulfilling our the things Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala asks us to do. Like we are not fully focused towards Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So the 11th month we fast in a way that as soon Ramadan is start, we first ask forgiveness from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and ask mercy from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala when forgive us and have mercy, then the rest of the remaining Ramadan will be we will be having chance that we can go in Jannah inshallah. Okay, so the first 10 days we read this dua to make Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala happy, to make up to please Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, to ask forgiveness for all the sins and to ask Allah's mercy on all of us. Okay, so this dua is Rabbighfir warham wa anta khairur rahimin.
وأنت خير الراحمين.
Oh my Lord, forgive
Oh my Lord, forgive
and have mercy.
and have mercy.
You are the best of merciful.
And you are the best of merciful.
The middle 10 days, we keep continue asking forgiveness from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, but the dua is little change. Okay, so we ask forgiveness for all the sin from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala because we remind Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, you are my Lord, you are my sustainer, and I know I have to come back to you. So I just don't want any sin leaving behind which make me huddle going in Jannah. So if in first 10 days I ask dua and you feel like this guna was very very tough and I didn't forgive even after asking the forgiveness from the first 10 days, then you ask forgiveness of all the sins in the middle 10 days inshallah. Okay, astaghfirullah rabbi
أستغفر الله ربي
min kulli dhanbin
من كل ذنب
wa atubu ilayhi
وأتوب إليه.
I seek forgiveness of all my sins from Allah,
I seek forgiveness of all my sins from Allah,
who is my Lord and Sustainer,
who is my Lord and Sustainer,
and I return back in repentance to Him alone.
and I return back in repentance to Him alone.
The last 10 days, of Ramadan are very, very, very important because as we discussed, the Shab-e Qadr fall in the last 10 days of Ramadan, okay? Shab-e Qadr could be any night, either 21st, 23rd, 25th, 27th, or 29th. It could be anyone. So you have to wake up, you have to, spend time remembering Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, spend time doing zikr, reading salah, reading Quran, and if you are not big enough to read so many things, so at least you can read this dua, okay? So if you are so tired reading the namaz and reading Quran and doing other things what you are doing to please Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, then the easy way to read this dua again and again and again. So Allah, and you are basically asking, oh Allah, now Ramadan is on its end. If still some of my sins are there which you feel like I didn't forgive, that sins were very, very tough, might be the major sins, okay? So oh Allah, I'm again and again asking to you that you forgives greatly, you loves forgiving, so please Allah, forgive all my sins, okay? Otherwise what will happen? Ramadan is ending, and if Ramadan will end, then who will forgive my sins? Nobody is there other than you who can forgive my sins. So please, please, please Allah, I'm asking this from last 20 days and now the remaining 10 days. So please forgive me. So when we make this dua, inshallah, and hope that whatever guna you did in, before Ramadan, in Ramadan, the 11 months, so Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will erase from your book of deeds and you will be clean and clear. So what will happen? The next Ramadan, you will do the same and it will, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will delete all the sins and then next and then next. So when the time will come when you will die, so there will be no more sins, inshallah, okay, by doing this process, okay, inshallah. So the last 10 days we read this dua, Allahumma innaka
اللهم إنك
afuwun
عفو
tuhibbul afwa
تحب العفو
fa'fu anna.
فاعف عنا.
Oh Allah, you are the one
Oh Allah, you are the one
who forgives greatly,
who forgives greatly,
loves forgiving,
loves forgiving,
to forgive and pardon my sin.
forgive and pardon my sins.
Okay, so these are the dua. Other than this, we read the aftari dua. Okay, so we did 2 aftari dua, one this one and one another one. So inshallah, revise this aftari dua as well. Zahaba wama'u
وهب وماء
wabtallat al-uruqu
وبلت العروق
وثبت الأجر
وثبت الأجر
إن شاء الله.
إن شاء الله.
Thirst has gone.
Thirst has gone.
The arteries are moist.
The arteries are moist.
And the reward is sure.
The reward is sure.
If Allah's will.
Allah wills.
Okay. And the next aftari dua is Allahumma laka sumtu
اللهم لك صمت
wa bika amantu
وبك آمنت
wa alayka tawakkaltu
وعليك توكلت
wa ala rizqika aftartu.
وعلى رزقك أفطرت.
Oh Allah, I fasted for you. Okay, the word I added, wa alayka tawakkaltu. Normally some people do not add those words because there is a reason behind. But if you are reading that one, it's fine. If you're reading this one, it's fine. Okay. Oh Allah, I fasted for you.
Oh Allah, I pass it for you.
In you do I believe,
In you do I believe.
Do I
and
believe?
with your provision
What's your
And
provision?
with your
do I
provision,
break my fast.
do I break my
break
So
fast?
alhamdulillah, we have covered all the duas. Okay, so inshallah, practice these duas, and I will be listening from Monday all these duas, and then we will be starting inshallah the Taraweeh dua and one more dua, as I said, like the one if you eat iftari somewhere else, like if someone sent iftari to your house or you are going somewhere else to eat iftari, then that is a dua you read for those people who serve iftari to you. Okay, so inshallah keep this in mind, and I'm sending before sending to your class. Okay, just keep in mind that alhamdulillah on from 23rd of March Ramadan is starting, and every year we do Ramadan presentation. So just ask Ushba and just take your screenshots to prepare your presentation. If you feel like really hard to prepare the presentation, then ask Ushba and she will help you uh, you can explain, you can read the dua, you can explain the dua, Ramadan dua. Okay, but better if you can take a screenshot and then start working on your presentation. Okay, so just tell your mom that we have auntie has given a presentation about Ramadan and we have to work on that, inshallah. Okay, so Ujba today just assign all of them the presentation and the Ramadan presentation. So the starting hadiths are really short. Okay, so I want you all Ujba's class to pick from that part from the start and let Ujba know what is done. Okay, so otherwise what gonna happen, that it will be, the the my class student will be doing the same, Ujba class student will be doing the same. So might be I will send Farah in your class today, so inshallah she will make a list and you can pick your hadith, and Ujba work out with them, let them pick the hadith, and Farah will make a note, like make a list that who is doing which hadith. So whatever will be last, so inshallah my class will make a detailed presentation on all those topics, inshallah. Okay, so let me send you to the class. Anisa, Hanana, Maryam Adnan, Mahveen, Rania, no, not Rania, Sarah. Okay, join the class. And Afan. Afan, you are also taking presentation, okay?
Okay.
So work out on the presentation and everything, and Farah is coming, okay, to note down the list, okay? So I am also writing the link of the book. Oh, they are gone. Okay. Oh, 1 minute, Ujba. I am giving you the link of the book. Okay, so this is the link of the book. The one who have not saved yet, please save the link. It's something page 100, 400 and something. So you can check, okay, what page number is this one, okay? Inshallah. And okay. Pushpa, join your class. Okay, for my class, if you have picked your presentation, okay, so I just want to go with this topic, inshallah, today. You know, the time when Nabi sallallahu alaihi wasallam, he was going and sitting in the Ghar Hira, cave of Hira, and an angel, Jibreel alayhi salam, came And now from that time he was a prophet. At that time Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala didn't order to talk about Islam openly. So what happened, like they were just they were small, in a small group, because so not too many people were Muslim at that time. So very few people were Muslim at that time, and they hide themselves to some places where they learn how to worship Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So near the mountain of Safa, there was a house, um, and the Sahabi, the companion of Nabi Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, his name was Arqam radiyallahu an. So that was his house, and Nabi sallallahu alaihi wasallam was used to go to that house, and Nabi sallallahu alaihi wasallam was teaching the Sahaba how to worship Allah subhanahu wa taala in that house. So later on, they named that house um, Darul Arqam. Okay, Darul Arqam is the name of that house where people were gathered and they learned about the Islam. So 3 years they were hiding themselves and they were learning 3 years. But after 3 years, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala ordered Nabi Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam now talk about Islam and call people toward me openly. So Nabi Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam think like what to do, like give the invitation openly. So what they did, he went to a mountain and he called the people, and then people came there, and then he talked about Allah, he talked about Islam, and everybody was start saying bad words to him. Lahab, that person start cursing Nabi Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, that, oh, you called us on this mountain because of this reason. So he cursed 2 times Nabi sallallahu alaihi wasallam, and because of his curse, this surah Lahab revealed, tabbat yada abi lahab wa tab, that both the hands of Lahab will break, because he cursed with the hand towards Nabi Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. So Allah subhanahu wa taala was very angry, and Allah subhanahu wa taala revealed the same time Surah Lahab. And Surah Lahab explained about this incident, that what happened with the wife of Lahab, what happened with him, and because of that curse, Allah subhanahu wa taala is saying in this surah, in the first line, that Allah his hand will be broken or whatever. Okay, so what happened when they start spreading and talking about Islam? So it was not easy, because the people of Quraysh were very, very strict, and it was absolutely not easy. Like going in an open place and worship Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, reading namaz, reading Quran, it was not easy. So at that time, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, Nabi Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, he started praying to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala that, oh Allah, I want to make dua that you make Umar Muslim. Hazrat Umar radiallahu an. Hazrat Umar radiallahu an has a quality that he was very, very brave. So Nabi Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam knew if he will become Muslim, then it will be very helpful to the people, to the people who are feeling afraid, worshipping Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala openly. So one day Umar radiallahu an was going to kill Nabi Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, and when he was going to kill Nabi Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, suddenly in the middle of the his journey, somebody showed up and said, "Where are you going?" And he said, "I'm just going to kill Nabi Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, because he is spreading his talking about Allah and spreading another religion, which I just want to stop." So he said, did you go to your own house and did you check your sister is Muslim, your brother-in-law is Muslim? So first go and check in your house. He went back. He went to his sister house, and sister was reading the Quran. She hid the Quran, and when Hazrat Umar radiallahu anh entered, so he asked, like, what you were reading. She said, first she said nothing, and he was in angry mode. He started reading. He was a very brave person. It's written that Sayyidina Umar radiallahu an, the second caliph, right? The Umar radiallahu, Nabi sallallahu alaihi wasallam said, if there will be any prophet after me, it will be Umar radiallahu an. And sometime when Umar radiallahu an moving here and there alone, so people say, oh look, he has no friends, he has no family, he has no one. So you know what Nabi Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam said? Nabi Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam said, because he speak truth, that's why he is alone. So always remember, if you lose your friend, Jazakallah khair. If you lose your friend, or if no one is talking to you and you are feeling I'm right, I was not I was telling truth, and this person is not accepting my truth, but truth is truth, right? So never ever feel worry like I'm alone, I'll be alone, because sometime it happens just to save the friendship, or just to save the relationship, we we become mean, and we do not speak truth, right? Because we are somewhere afraid in our heart, I'll be alone. If I'll speak truth, I'll be alone. If I'll take a side of this person, he is I'm feeling this person is right, but what will happen? My friend will get upset. Okay, so Hazrat Omar, because he speak truth all the time, so he never have so many friends, because he always very careful, like he's always go by the rules, and never speak a lie, or never give any extra favor to anyone. So what happened? Then Nabi Muhammad Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam, the sometime when you see Umar, uh, when you see Umar moving here and there alone, he's alone because he speaks truth. So never ever feel like, whenever you feel low, then always remember that Umar radiallahu anhu was also alone. Just give me a second, huh? Okay. So this was the scenario. The day when he beat his sister, and sister were reading, and then sister said, okay, go make wazu, then I'll show you what I was reading. He went, he made wazu, and then he came back, and then she showed I was reading this. So that was Surah Taha ayats, which she recite. And then Hazrat Umar radiallahu anh was crying, and he went to Nabi Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. A night before, Nabi Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam prayed, oh Allah, make Umar Muslim, so it will be helpful for all of us. So there is one more lesson in this, that sometimes some people are very helpful, like they elevate the status of Islam from this place to this place. But when he present himself in front of Nabi Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, and he said, I want to embrace Islam. So Nabi Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, when he read the Shahada, when he took Shahada, the people who were in Darul Arqam, the people who were, the Muslim, the companion of Nabi Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, were there. They were shouting loudly, Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar, because they were so happy that Umar radiallahu anh became Muslim. They were very happy that he became Muslim, because as soon he said, as soon he embraced Islam, he said, why we are hiding ourselves in doing the worship? Like, we should go, and we should worship, we should read namaz openly. So he went to Kaaba, and he read Salat, openly in front of the Makkah people, and the Quraysh were sitting there, and they were feeling afraid. Oh, Umar become Muslim, and now it will be very tough for us to give hard time to Muslims. So they were, because of Umar radiallahu an, the Islam start spreading openly. But when people say to Umar radiallahu an that, oh Umar, Islam is, you elevate Islam. So what Umar radiallahu an replied, he was so humble, he replied, no, Islam give me respect. Islam elevate my status. I was nothing before. By the time I became Muslim, Islam elevate my status. Till end of his life, he always say Islam elevate my status. Not the, I didn't do anything for Islam. Islam elevate me. Islam elevate my status. And at the time of death of Umar radiallahu an, we all know, like, he was offering Fajr prayer, and one person hid a knife, and he was reading the Salah. He, in the middle of the Salah, he fell down. Somebody took his space, complete the Salah. Then he was in the home, and the whatever he was eating, it was coming out from the mouth. So people knew, like, he will not be good at, from his womb. The knife was, there was a poisonous knife. That is another story, what happened and why that person took revenge by doing this. But the what I am trying to say, that don't take Islam and things so easy. Like, the people had a very hardship to forward this Islam to us. Like, it's not easy. So sometimes we take it very granted, like, okay, we are Muslim, anyways we have to read Salah, we have to read Quran. So Islam, not spread in this easy way. If you would go back and if you read the history, that was really really tough. And the people who are forwarding the things of Islam generation by generation, it's not easy. The things which we are reading now, the things we are, the era in which we are living, we feel the things, okay, if I'll follow, it's okay. If I don't follow, it's okay. But it's do not work like that. And he was the caliph, the 3/4 of the continent he conquer, and he wins the war. He was a very strong and brave person. But at the time of his death, when he was dying, he asked his son Abdullah, can you please go to Aisha's house, Aisha radiallahu ta'ala house, and can you please ask, because the place of Nabi Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, because you all know, right? Nabi Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam buried in the house of Hazrat Aisha radiallahu anha, like that that was not a graveyard. Nabi Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam died at the same place, and Nabi Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam buried at the same place. It was a house of Hazrat Aisha and Nabi Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. So when Hazrat Abu Bakr Siddiq, the father of Hazrat Aisha radiallahu anha, when he died, so he buried next to Nabi Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. He buried next to Nabi Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, and the hujra, the room was very very small. So the only one place was left, which was beside Nabi Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. And what Hazrat Umar asked to his son Abdullah, he said, "Can you please go to Aisha's house, and can you please ask her, and can you please request her that the spot which is empty till now, can I get that spot? And I want to bury just beside Nabi Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam." So when he was telling this to his son Abdullah, he also told Abdullah that do not say Amirul Mu'mineen request. Amirul Mu'mineen said this because I am a leader, right? I am Amirul Mu'mineen. So this is just a request. If she's happy to give that spot just beside my friend Nabi Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, I'll be happy. But if she said no, don't force her. Just come back. So Abdullah went there, and Abdullah said to Hazrat Aisha radiallahu an, Abdullah radiallahu an, went there and said Hazrat Aisha radiallahu anha that this is the request of my father. And she said, I kept that spot for myself, but I can give that spot to your father because he was very close to Nabi Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. So I can give my spot to him because my father is buried there, my husband is buried there. So the third spot I kept for myself. But I will give that spot to Umar radiallahu an. Then Abdullah radiallahu an came back and said to Umar radiallahu an, she agreed and she said, okay, you can bury there after you die. And he was happy that she agreed, but he said, can you please go again and just say it's not it's not an order from Amirul Mu'minin, it's a request from my father that I want that spot, and if you are happy, then I will, then give me that spot, otherwise no. So he said no, she said, I'm okay to give that spot to you. If you will go to Medina, you will see in the middle Nabi Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. One side is Abu Bakr, one side is Umar radiallahu anh. So this is the story that he got that spot. And at the time when he were dying, as he got the news that he's getting this spot. After that, when he was dying, he said his son, he wasn't so troubled because it was so much pain, the poison, because of that poisonous knife. So he said his son, can you please, I don't want to sit on your lap. I want to lay down on the floor. So can you please put my cheeks on the floor? So his son did that, and he was rubbing his cheeks on the floor, and he was only saying one thing. What one thing he was saying? I don't know Allah will forgive my sins or Allah will forgive me or not. If Allah will not forgive me, or if Allah will not accept whatever I have done in my life, what's gonna happen? Like, what will be my final destination? If Allah will say, like, I will not forgive you, I'll be finished. Like, I will be nothing. Like, if I'll not get Jannah. He was continuously crying and he was continuously saying these things. What gonna happen? Like, if Allah will not forgive me. So this is one more lesson that, at the time of that, people start, like, if you get a news like, okay, doctor said, okay, you have blah 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 time, people start calculating rest of the life. Okay, I have this, I will distribute this to my this son, this daughter, this house, this car, this dresses, and this and this, and so many other things comes in the mind, right? But always remember, Hazrat Umar radiallahu anh was a king, was a leader of 3 by 4 continents, and he has so many responsibilities on his shoulder even at the time of that death, because that was a sudden death, right? But what he was saying that what gonna happen, like, if Allah will not forgive me. Okay, so other than the story of Umar radiallahu an, I want to read these few things with you, like, 1 minute. These few things, like what happened when Quraysh was, Quraysh was watching that the Islam is flourished day by day, and they want to stop Islam. They want to give bribe to Nabi Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, and they want to tell Nabi Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, we will give you gift, we will give you wealth, we will give you so many things, but to stop spreading Islam, because people are, many people are, leaving their religion and they are accepting Islam. So Nabi Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, of course, refused, right? So what they think, they thought, like, it's not gonna work. The bribe is not gonna work. We should start, giving hard time to all the Muslims. So there were 2 people. One, we talked today about Sayyidina Umar radiallahu anh, how brave he was, and he was supporting the Islam in a very, very good way. Okay, the second person is Sayyidina Hamza radiallahu anh. We will talk the story of Hazrat Hamza radiallahu anh. He was also a very, very brave, companion of Nabi Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, and he was called Allah's tiger or Allah's lion, something like that. His title was Asadullah. Asad means lion. Allah, the lion of Allah. And he died in the second war, Ghazwa Uhud. He died in that. Okay, so inshallah, if I'll get time, Nabi Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam cried a lot when Hazrat Hamza radiallahu anhu died, and he was crying a lot. Like 70 people were shaheed in Ghazwa Uhud, the Battle of Uhud, and Hamza was the person. Hamza radiallahu anhu was the person when they put his dead body, and they were, he was Nabi Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam was reading the namazi janaza, the prayer of janaza, and everybody was going, but Hamza janaza was still there. Hamza dead body was still there. Nabi sallallahu alaihi wasallam read 70 times his janaza. Normally we read when person die one janaza, right? One time namaz. Nabi Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam reads 70 time namaz for Hazrat Sayyidina Hamza radiallahu anhu. That much love Nabi Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam have with Hamza radiallahu anhu. And Hamza radiallahu anhu grave is very close to the place where Battle of Uhud held, and his death was very, 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 like, maybe you remember the Hinda. He, after his death, he just took the heart and the part of the body he chewed, and she did really bad with Hazrat Hamza radiallahu anhu. So there were few names which I want to talk and discuss. Sayyidina Bilal radiallahu anhu. Sometime we will go in detail, but that the Bilal radiallahu anhu was a black person. He was black, and normally people make so much fun, but Sayyidina Bilal radiallahu anhu was a favorite person of Nabi Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, as like other companions. Uh, you know, he was, because he was slave, so they were putting on they were putting Hazrat Bilal radiallahu anh on a hot, in a hot desert, put a stone on the chest, tie the hand of Hazrat Bilal, and start beating Hazrat Bilal radiallahu anh badly, because they said, just say that you are not accepting Islam, you are not Muslim. They they were they tortured too much, but Hazrat Bilal, Sayyidina Bilal radiallahu anh always say, no, I am a Muslim. Hazrat Bilal radiallahu anh always give azan. His azan was very beautiful. His voice was very beautiful. So when Nabi sallallahu alaihi wasallam died, he left Medina and he moved somewhere else. But Imam Hassan and Hussein, the you know the son of Hazrat Fatima, the daughter of Nabi Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, they called him back and said, "Give azan. We want to hear your azan. We didn't hear your azan, from long time." And when he gave azan, people of Medina were crying, and they were going towards Masjid Nabawi, and they were crying, like they everybody was saying, like, it reminds us the time of Nabi Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. But he got so much hardship, like so much hard time. The people of Makkah, you know because he was slave, he cannot do anything, so they were giving so much hard time and say, okay, tell us that you are not Muslim. Sayyidina Usman radiallahu anh, even though he was a very rich person, but he was beaten by his uncle, tied with ropes and tortured so much. Sayyidina Zubair bin al-Awam radiallahu anh, he was rolled in a mat and forced to inhale smoke until he feels suffocated. Sayyidina Abu Zar Ghafari radiallahu anh belonged to a tribe, Ghafar. He came to Nabi Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. He accepted Islam, and he said, "Okay, I will go to Makkah in front of Khani Kaaba. I will do Shahada. I will read the Shahada words. I will read the Salah." But when he did, and people saw him, the Quraysh people saw him, they start beating him. They beat him so badly that one person, Ibn Abbas radiallahu anh, came and said, "Okay, don't torture him. He is from my Kabila, my tribe. So please leave him. I am taking his guarantee." He was about to die. This much bad they hit him just for embracing Islam. And Sayyidina Ammar, that is also a very, very sad story. The family, the father name was Sayyidina Yasir, mother name was Sayyidina Sumayya radiallahu an, and the son was Sayyidina Ammar. Ammar was saved, he didn't die, but Sayyidina Sumayya radiallahu an were pregnant, and Abu Jahl, when he came to know that, when he knew that, okay, Sumaya and the family, Yasir family has, they embraced Islam. He came, he just take a big arrow type thingy. I don't know what is the name of that thingy. Like it's a very, very long and a arrow in the, a pointy arrow in the front. He just poked the arrow in the private part of Sayyidina Sumayya radiallahu an, and she died at the same time. They tied Sayyidina Ammar radiallahu an with a tree. They killed Sayyidina Yasir in front of Hazrat Ammar. They killed Sayyidina Sumayya in front of, the mom in front of, the son, like Sayyidina Ammar. And what was the reason? The reason was only don't embrace Islam. Don't say that I'm Muslim. That was the only reason. The Abu Jahl took a sharp spear and in such a shameful manner that there is no parallel of such torture in the history. The thing he did with the Sayyidina Sumayya radiallahu anh. And lastly, Sayyidina Zinaira radiallahu anh, they beat him so badly that she became blind. So when I was, teaching this story in my morning class, I feel like I will read these things with you, like it give always a goosebump if you sit and listen very carefully that this is the history of Islam. People embrace Islam, and they were tortured by just saying that I'm Muslim, I embrace Islam, and their iman were this much strong. They were killing in front of everyone, but they didn't say that, okay, I'm not a Muslim, okay, I'm leaving Islam. No. And nowadays we are Muslim. The Islam is, very easy to follow. Nobody is, knocking your door while you are Muslim. Nobody is saying anything to you. The only thing is to follow the rules of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, which Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala order: reading salah, be nice, reading Quran, be honest, and blah 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 blah, this and that, whatever. And we feel so hard to follow our Islam. We Muslims are so lazy to follow our own religion, which people do so much effort behind this, and we are feeling like, okay, we are Muslims, so it's okay now, it's not a big deal. If I'll get time, I'll pray. If I'll get time, I'll read Quran. So it's not an easy thing for the people who just pass this Islam to us. Nowadays it's very easy. Nowadays no one is hitting you, no one is beating you, no one is giving tortures for just embracing Islam. So inshallah, don't take it for granted. Whatever work you can do for your next generation, inshallah, spend time doing it, and feel like you are a very blessed person that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala make you Muslim. Other people have no such concept of Jannah and Jahannam. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala make you Muslim. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala give you this concept. The only thing is missing your connection with the history. If you will connect yourself with the history of Islam, then a love of the deen, the love of Islam will come to your heart when you will read the stories, like what happened with the people who were embracing Islam. And I am not I'm taking it for granted. Okay, so inshallah, I hope that whatever part you can play to serve Islam, play your part. Okay, don't take it easy, don't take it for granted, because if you are Muslim, this is a big, big, big blessing you have, alhamdulillah. So don't lose this blessing by taking it for granted. Okay, inshallah. So if you have any question, you can ask me. I was thinking, rather than discussing about Ramadan, this is very important that you understand the history, the concept, and feel it, like put yourself in that place and think like you are not having all these hardships. That's why it might be you do not value the iman, you do not value the Islam. But once you will think, inshallah, you will feel yourself a blessed person on earth, inshallah. Okay, so inshallah, we will keep it till here, and I hope you will start working on your Ramadan presentation. So we will inshallah work on the Ramadan presentations, and along with that, inshallah, we will be start doing some other things in Ramadan, inshallah. Okay. So if you have any question, you can ask me, and think about these things. Like if it will give you, little a feeling like about Islam. The thing which is missing is the feeling. We start taking this everything for granted. That's why we are not giving the value which we should give to Islam, and we should feel a blessed person, inshallah. Okay, so let me read the dua, and then you can go, inshallah. Okay, subhanallahi wa bihamdihi,
Subhanallah wa bihamdihi.
subhanaka allahumma wa bihamdika,
Subhanallahumma wa bihamdika.
nashhadu an la ilaha illa anta,
Ashhadu an la ilaha illa anta.
nastaghfiruka
Nastaghfiruka
wa natubu ilaik,
wa natubu ilayk.
subhana rabbika
Subhana rabbika
rabbil izzati
rabbil izzati
amma yasifun,
amma yasifun.
wa salamun alal mursalin,
Wassalamu ala mursalin.
walhamdulillahi rabbil alamin.
Alhamdulillahi rabbil alamin.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Wa alaikum assalam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Hafiz, have a good
Allah
weekend,
Hafiz, Allah
everyone.
Hafiz.